We have only these two books from Madhusudana Maharaj. So this one is Sri Vrindavan Mahimamrita from Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. It's a description of Vrindavan, or the glories of Vrindavan, explained there. So there's text 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth, but I will just continue to that we. Any question or any comments, then you may ask. Also, when I'm reading that.
I have a question, but it's different topic. So I don't know if you want to speak about my question or about.
No, I want that someone hears what I speak.
Yeah, I had a question. If you can tell me what is Paramatma?
Param means supreme. Atma means soul. So it is the expansion of the Lord. 3 expansions are there. Garbhuta Kashaya Vishnu, Karana Kashaya Vishnu, and Kshiruda Kashaya Vishnu. Kshiruda Kashaya Vishnu is the expansion who is entering every living being. So he is present in all living beings, in the heart of all living beings. He is also called the witness. He is always conscious, or he is always present. The explanation is also given that it's 2 parrots sitting on one tree, on one branch. And the one is the soul, the Jivatma. We are the Jivatma, we are tiny, insignificant. And next to this Jivatma is sitting the Paramatma, the Supreme Soul. So the Jivatma always looks for the fruits of the tree. He wants to enjoy these fruits. And the Paramatma always gives us some instruction or gives us some advice. But we are not hearing him. So we try this, and the bitter, the fruits or the whatever, they will taste, they will sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet. So in this way, Paramatma is sitting in the heart of all living beings, and sometimes we can call it conscience. Means that somebody tells me, don't do this. You will get problems. But we say, no, I have to do this. Everything is favorable, I have to enjoy this. So this, but he is tolerating, he is only witnessing. Sometimes he gives us some, he will talk to us, give us some advice. The other thing we have to understand what Paramatma is. He is not many. That means that there are billions and billions of Paramatmas. He is always one. And the Paramatma in the heart of all living beings is the same. So he is not many. So we have to understand this. When you are coming in contact with Paramatma, like yogis, they meditate about Paramatma. Paramatma sitting in the heart or standing in the heart is a four-handed form, expansion of Vishnu. And he is standing just next to our spiritual, or to the spiritual soul. And he is witnessing and he is advising us sometimes. When we advance in spiritual life, we will more and more hear the voice from inside. When we are stupid, mad, or we are mad for sense enjoyment, we will ignore him. But he will always be. As long as we are in the material world, he will always be with the living beings. He is always there. When we enter Vaikunta, then he will reveal himself outside. He is not anymore. Inside, then we are become part of him, then we have understood. Otherwise, we cannot enter Vaikunta. Can this be understood? Like this it is given knowledge by the Acharyas and the Shastras. Many things can be understood from different ways, It depends from what side you may see it, and how much our capacity is to understand it. Now, sometimes we cannot accept something because we are trained or we are taught in a way, no, this is not like this. And this is, we should never think that we have understood everything. Everything is like it is. Spiritual life we cannot understand. Achintya Beda Beda Tattva is for our human brain very hardly to accept. He is one with everything, but in the same time he is also different. In the spiritual world this is possible, in the spiritual plane, from the spiritual plane. Material scene is, it sounds not logical. But spiritually everything is possible. Yeah, follow? Yes.
Maharaj, what is the duty of Paramatma?
He has no duty. We have duties.
What's she doing, or what she want to tell us?
She?
Or he, or I don't know.
It is, yeah, but he's the only he. He has nothing to do. He's just witness. He is present. And what he sees and what he sees, what the living being doing, it is enough to see. We should not think he is not present when we perform stupid activities. We should not think, now Krishna cannot see me. He's always sitting in my heart. He always sees. He always is present. So some yogis, they are attaining this level of Paramatma. So they in connection with Paramatma. And when they speak to Paramatma. And attention is much more focused or much more concentrated of all those who are around such a person. And when he's knowing Paramatma, or he is conscious of Paramatma, he knows also what is going as three what is not Paramatma. So what is not Paramatma means it is opposite. It's a mirage, it's an illusion, or it is activities the materialistic, they are against the laws of nature, of the jivas. Okay? This is, who can accept it? I tell you this, I have told this many times, I don't know if everybody have heard it. But my first question I asked the Gurudev, I was in the entrance in the temple, we were coming from Jamuna. I asked him, how can I become a pure devotee? How can I become a servant of the Lord? Then he told me, whatever you have learned, whatever you have heard, whatever you have learned about spiritual life, everything what in your past you have learned, you kick it out. It is useless. But this is a problem for many, because something, oh, what I have heard, I know this, But I was so happy when he told me this. Normal people, I think, they said, what, I have studied, I have heard, I have so many things, I know Bhagavad Gita, so many shlokas. All nonsense, kick it out. You come like innocent child, you must come to approach the Lord and Guru. With all what you imagine, what you think, what is right and wrong, whatever you think, what is spiritual life, whatever you have heard, kick it out. It is all useless. It's not normally it's a shock for normal people. But I just got confirmation. I felt, no, okay. No, he really understands me, you know. That I was so dissatisfied with the teachings. And I joined, I had a hard time to accept, but I just tolerated and I said, okay, this is the process we have to go through, and I will tolerate these things. But I know always this is not what I want to attain. I want to become a good Buddhist Buddha. I want to become a good scholar, a good singer. All these things were useless for me. I did not like this. I want to just become a simple servant of my Lord, of Srimati Radharani, Krishna. This is the only thing, only desire we should cultivate in us. All other things are poison. All other things are in the mundane conception. And we have to pay for it. It is karmic. Otherwise you never get free. You cannot get free your mind. You're always under the influence of this external. Is it okay? I don't know if Adokshas, you have heard this kind of preaching.
What to say, Maharaj, is for me is like water coming and fresh, and to be in front of one stream coming, and I just appreciate and try to understand this flowing of words you are saying, and this is I become very purified like this.
We have to give it exactly as the Acharyas and Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis teaching us. That's because I like to read, so that nobody can complain you're speculating or you're telling your personal opinion. This is not, this is the first qualification, that we never change what we have heard from the pure devotees, from the Shastras. Sadhus, Guru, Shastra. These three must always be same saying. If sadhus speak something what is not fitting to what the Shastras and the Guru says, then he is wrong. So Prabhupada and all this, our Gurudev and the Goswamis and Lord Chaitanya, there is no question to doubt them. At least we have to come also, this has to be realized also. That Mahaprabhu was not an ordinary person. Rupa Goswami, or Sanatan, or the Goswamis, Chanan, all our acharyas were coming in the line. The great acharyas, main acharyas, we have to say. Nowadays it's sometimes difficult, but we should always stick to those who are speaking as the Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis have spoken. And if you deviate from this, then you get in troubles. If we speculate on it, we may not understand it, but we have to accept it. This is one condition if you want to go forward. You cannot understand everything. We cannot understand everything just by hearing in the beginning. But one thing we should understand, when we go towards Vrindavan, we want to attain the service of the Lord, there is no way that we have to follow those who have attained this goal. There is no, we cannot speculate on these things. Because we have to accept it. And realization will come after. Not be rejected because we think we know better, then you have a problem. Then you're stuck. So, Sadhaka, just a few lines we can, I don't know what time is it now. A few shlokas of Vrindavan we can hear from Prabodhananda Saraswati. Meditating on the lotus feet of Sri Radha, Murali Manohara. This is Radha and Krishna. Murali is the flute holder. Manohara, the lover. Placing myself at the lotus dust of Lord Chaitanya's feet and respectfully offering obeisances to the great devotees of the Lord, who are so many oceans of transcendental virtue. I shall now happily begin to praise the transcendental opulences of Sri Vrindavan. It's important when we come to Vrindavan. It's not an ordinary place. This, what we hear now, what you hear, experience here now, don't think this is everything what you are. This you will take, and it will take some, for some it will take a year or many years, that this will have an effect on us, very deep effect. It will, Vrindavan is not ordinary place. And the sadhus who are living here, we will hear, they are not ordinary. I am not strong enough to go to the far shore of the great nectar ocean of Vrindavan's glories. Who can go there? However, because I love Vrindavan, I will now dip into that ocean. I pray that this endeavor may become successful and bring an auspicious result. O Sri Vrindavan, please reveal in my heart your wonderful transcendental form, full of the most confidential spiritual knowledge and bliss. Embarrassed to describe the highest nectar, the Upanishad only say, not this, not that. So their philosophy is it, like Srila Prabhupada also said, 90% or something, he said. He's speaking not about what what Vrindavan is or what the essence is. 90% was speaking what it is not. It is very important. So the Upanishad, they also say like this, not this, not this. Where are you described? Where are you described? Where is Vrindavan described? So where can we find it, the real? Day and night I glorify Vrindavan, which is filled with the wonder of Sri Radha and Krishna's pastimes. The wonder of the greatest sweetness, the ultimate nectar of Lord Hari. The sweetest, most beautiful auspiciousness and the flood of virtues. Ananda says Shiva and a host of other cannot cross. So think of Vrindavan with love. Roll in its dust. Love it authentically. Please its moving and non-moving residents. So this is what we are trying to do now. Also we should always think moving and non-moving. Those who live here, they are worshipable for us. Please, we should please them. If you give some donation that they can survive, later on we will hear. Whatever situation they may be in Vrindavan, they accept and they stay because they never want to leave Vrindavan. So those who have attained Vrindavan, it is a place, it is a state of consciousness. They never leave Vrindavan. Those who really have understood Vrindavan. It means also like Swami Maharaj or like all the pure devotees who went out after, but they never went out. The same thing is when Krishna left Vrindavan to Mathura, Actually, he never leaves Vrindavan. This boy with the flute and the peacock feather and the beautiful hairs and beautiful, shining and sweet, smiling. He never leaves Vrindavan. When he goes to Mathura, he changes. He becomes, his form becomes a form of Vishnu, four-handed. Also Dwaraka, he changes again. So, but he leaves never Vrindavan. In the same way, a pure devotee who has realized Vrindavan, he will never leave Vrindavan. Wherever they go, they carry Vrindavan. This is one must understand. It is maybe not easily to understand, but this is reality. You must understand. Think of Vrindavan with love, roll in the dust, love it gently. Please its moving, non-moving residence. Worship Sri Radha's birthplace. With all your heart, take shelter of Sri Vrindavan, the best of all holy places. In the Vedanta does not directly describe Vrindavan. If the Vedanta does not directly describe Vrindavan, why should that matter to me? If the faulty logicians who are like serpents living in the Vedic literatures ignore Vrindavan, why should I care? If even the devotees of the Lord do not understand the glories of Vrindavan, how does that affect me? Even if my heart were pierced by thousands of thunderbolts, I would never leave Vrindavan. This is Prabhupada. He is very attracted as a member of this Vrindavan. I meditate on Vrindavan, where the cuckoos sing the fifth note, the flute plays splendid melodies, peacocks sing and dance, vines and trees bloom, splendid and charming forests are wonderful with many birds and deer, and there are many splendid lakes, streams and hills. Now you may ask, yes. Click, click, click. Whole day. If you think this is Vrindavan, then you have not understood Vrindavan. But you think that those people who are making these parikrams, or the saints especially, they are not moving in this, what we can see with these eyes. They are on a different level. They are always with Radha and Govinda, Radha and Krishna. They are always deep absorbed. They are always conscious of him. They are not recognizing what's outside. So we Westerners, when we come, our eyes are our guide. And we are dealing not with the transcendental person. We are dealing with the body. We react on bodily expressions. This is the difference between those who are living in Vrindavan, those who have understood. Could you accept this? Is this possible? don't want to speak through. There's some disturbance. If the Vedanta does not directly describe Vrindavan, why should that matter to me? If the faulty logicians who are like serpents, living in the Vedic literatures, ignore Vrindavan, why should I care? So even in the Vedic literatures, in the Karmakanda parts or in the other parts, Vrindavan is not mentioned. They ignore Vrindavan. But why should I ignore it? I have experience, I have seen. If even the devotees of the Lord do not understand the glory of Vrindavan, how does that affect me? So there are running so many devotees around also. Today this book distributor was again there. I'm wondering what kind of vision they have. You know, they are pure devotees, they are eternal. There's not normal people who live in Radha Kund or Vrindavan. And they want to distribute and teach them spiritual life. These things happen. We cannot teach them. They are eternal associates of the Lord. They are not normal people. We should never think like this. With this attitude, we have to move here in Vrindavan. Otherwise, we will never understand. We will be covered by ignorance. How does that affect me? So he says, if this kind of people are here, we do not understand the glories of Vrindavan. But how does that affect me? Huh? He says, even if my heart were pierced by thousands of thunderbolts, I would never leave Vrindavan. This is how determined. Whatever may happen, 1,000 thunderbolts may pierce him, but he will never leave Vrindavan. This means he is already he understood, he has realized Vrindavan is not, cannot be removed from someone who is a member of the transcendental place here. I meditate on Vrindavan, where the cuckoos sing the fifth note. The flute plays splendid melodies. Peacocks sing and dance. Vines and trees bloom, splendid and charming forests are wonderful with many birds and deer. And there are many splendid lakes, streams and hills. The transcendental, subtle, expansive Brahman effulgence, which is the secondary cause of material creation, is lust. Before it is Vaikunta, then Dwaraka, then Krishna's birthplace, Mathura, then Krishna's Vrindavan, the shelter of the Surabhi cows. And first is the place in Vrindavan forest, where the gopis enjoyed the pastimes. It goes even further. But he's explaining it up to this point. So Radha's groove, which fills us with wonder, which is the form of the highest, purest love, which maddens everyone there, is splendidly manifest. So in this Vrindavan, this Radha's groove, in Radha's groove, which is filled with wonder, and which is the form of the highest, purest love. This we cannot imagine in our level. That this eternally enjoys passionate, amorous pastimes in the company of their friends there. So 2 shlokas more then. Srila Vrindavan is perfect in every way. Blind fools say there are genuine defects there. Oh, I pray that I may not see these fools at the moment of my death. Are they not the object of everyone's laughter? Laughter. Of those who are members of Vrindavan. It's like this Kirtan group or this Bhakti Puja, like this. He does not know what is Vrindavan.
But seems Maharaj that like these people are also necessary to become part of this pastime, all generally, positive and negative. For foolish people, this is attractive. For pure people, they are going deeply.
Yes, we should speak about this, but actually when we are absorbed in Vrindavan, we do not see these things. Because everything is here. Where Krishna is everything. So, but we are not become conscious of this kind of world. It is only for teaching that we speak about these things. That there are different levels and different approaches. But they warn us, you know. Prabodhananda says what?
Maharaj, isn't it that nowadays that so many people come to Vrindavan to these holy places and they are very materialistic actually.
Yeah. But we always have to understand that India is also not, they have a different, they are not living like Western civilization. They have much more sense for, much more subtle understanding than we have. We are very gross people. We are, practically speaking, just one step above the animal species. We have the same desires, running for sense gratification, sex, what is else? Eating, sleeping, defending, maintaining. We do the same thing. There's also Prabhupada mentioned dual-legged animals. It's hard to hear, but basically because they have no spiritual understanding. No, it is very difficult to understand. It is not understandable when we are not have attained a certain level of transcendental consciousness, of spiritual realization. That everything is possible, you know. activities on the lowest level may be possible in the Holy Dharma also. But everybody sees a pure devotion sees it is an artificial thing here. But for the materialist, for us, it is the essential thing, the thing of all our goal we have in the Western society. Yeah, you will find everything here.
When you read this biography of Shri Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj or Vamshi Das Babaji Maharaj or Shri Jagannath Babaji Maharaj or Shri Prabhupada, who can recognize them? Shri Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj is almost like a madman. Or Vamshi Das Babaji Maharaj. He's smoking, sometimes drinking coffee. Who can recognize him? When some pilgrims come in Vrindavan or holy place nowadays, who can understand?
Yes. Yeah, we have to be careful. Very careful to that they are not under the laws of the external world. They are completely detached in reality.
But they are
Because
consciously protecting them from masse, from mentality, materialistic mentality and everything. They don't want to be exposed and don't want to be in the center. They have power.
yes, they have attained natural humility and natural. The attitude of real devotee is that he always feels lower. He feels always, yes, you're right. Like this attitude is there. But of course, we have to, this is on the complete, but we are coming, we are sent by Mahaprabhu, or the acharyas, our gurus are sent here to point out what is not, what should not be, what is the right thing, how to see the things in the right light. So I just finished this one shloka, then we relief. After attaining the platform of Brahman happiness by performing severe authorities, the personified Upanishads worshipped the personality of Godhead without any reservation, and thus obtained His mercy. So by the mercy of the Lord, they were able to become Surabhi cows in the land of Vrindavan and enjoys the direct association of Sri Krishna. And by constant grazing on the grass of Vrindavan, they become filled with the nectarine taste of the topmost mellows of pure devotional love for the lotus feet of Sri Radha Krishna. So, now you can comment. You can, or question. The time is over. Huh? Oh. Okay, the day is late. Tomorrow we'll go to Vrindavan. You also come, no? Yeah. So don't forget or lose something here. hardly to get it again. Otherwise it will be simple, I think. It will be simple. It's just, I don't know how long they drive now.
You mean how long it takes to go to Vrindavan?
Yeah.
That I don't know. Many years I'm not doing this. New road now, so
Yeah, yeah.
easy.
And on our time it was like
Before was
stone
like this.
stone age.
Now smooth.
We are going with rickshaw or
Yes, three-wheeler.
yes. They are different.
Now will be starting a lot of crowd in Vrindavan.
Also
Always
here.
crowded, but now will increase.
And also one thing is that many go now on the parikram, they go out of Vrindavan. So maybe the first days will not be so crowded.
Okay.
And up to Govardhan, they will stay perhaps in Govardhan Puja. Like our devotees, they leaving tomorrow or tomorrow after tomorrow. There are 300, 400 or 500 even devotees from Orissa. So they go on parikram outside. And also other mats, they will come.
You mean of our God brothers,
Yeah.
sisters?
Yes, yes, from Orissa, yeah. Oriya devotees are Vaishnavas, a big part, because Lord Jagannath is their main worshipped there. Yeah, and then we'll see, we will get a room in the guest house as it was before. Also in Vrindavan, a most auspicious place. It's directly next to the place where Krishna Rasa dance were performed. So you can see from the house, you see the whole park or place where these pastimes were performed. In the morning time you hear they do wonderful sweet bhajans there, Brajabasis. So it's very sweet, very sweet. It's nice to chant there and hear this. It is moving.
They chant like Shri Radhe Gopal, Bhajamana Shri Radhe, like that, very sweetly.
Yeah, they are natural affection. They are members of Vaja. We can also chant like this, but we cannot also. This is heart moving, this is on the transcendental plane, it is very sweet. Vrindavan is such a sweet land, place, transcendental place. So many come here, many rich people may come here, but their motivation is different in Kali-yuga now. It gets covered a little, but Vrindavan will always be there. But it will not be seen or realized by ordinary people who are coming just for business or holiday or something like this. That's because it's important that we go. My intention was always, I did not want to go with the mass. on parikrama. I want to always stay close to Gurudev. So and he also, we went every day to the Jamuna. On the Radha Kund appearance day, all went to Radha Kund. Complete mess. You cannot imagine how many people are there.
Midnight they want to bath.
Yeah, yes. So I was alone there in the temple. And Guru Maharaj came down and sat down, and then he spoke about the appearance of Radha Kund. And I was the only one who was hearing. But he spoke about 1 hour or something. So I felt, when I'm there in this crowd, I can never benefit like this when I stay with Gurudev. When I think Gurudev has not caring, not Krishna, then you go out. But I felt always, when I want Krishna, I want to always be close to him. Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Jai Nitya Gaur Brahmanandi. Shri Radha Kund ki Jai. Srimati Radha Rani ki Jai. Kripa karo. Kripa karo. Dauta Nitya Gaur Brahmanandi.